there, and it's the final race day today in the Bay State. Welcome to Concord, Massachusetts for race number 15 of the 2024 NR2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season, the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we welcome you to the legendary Coca-Cola Super Speedway with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network and up in the NASRN booth high in the press box. My name is Trey Wright. 34 laps are on the schedule for today's 400-mile race, and it is finally the final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed in-season tournament. Two drivers come into today with a shot of winning the first ever in-season tournament for the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Will Parrish and Bradley Ream, both drivers starting in row 2. Parrish in the number 40, that black and red number 40 car, starting alongside the red and white number 36 of Bradley Ream. For those two drivers looking to win the in-season tournament. Here today, it has been a long week of racing, our 5th Cup race this week, and our 7th broadcast for the NASRN. After an absolutely bonkers Watkins Glen race yesterday in the FMGTC, congratulations to Jaden Russell and the man in the race here today, Alex Lozano, for winning the Firecracker at the Glen for GTLM and GT Daytona respectively. But this is now for yesterday's race on July 4th. I hope all of you guys had a wonderful 4th of July, and we're here on the 5th of July for our final race of the week. And with that in-season tournament win, it also comes with 35 bonus points, which a guy like Will Parrish would love to have going into the final 11 races of the regular season, including today, because after today, all bets are off with the points as we take a look at them right now. Juan Rodriguez, who has been arguably the most consistent driver of the season so far, has a whopping 115-point lead over Igor Barreto, who raises 3 positions in the point standings as John Andrews and Matthew Hubert fall down a position each. And Alex Sanvitale, good to see his face back in the top 5 in points. He rises up 3 positions, 255 points behind Juan Rodriguez, who is putting on a fantastic regular season so far, trying to get into the chase for the first time in his Mission Barbecue Cup Series career. Braden Perez with a finish in the garage area at Boston the other day, falls down to 6 in the point standings. Dylan Matthews, good run for her. She rises up 3 positions. Riley Sampson, a little bit of a mid-run in the 24 in the Craftsman 500. He falls down to 8th. Logan Williams, despite not making the transfer spot, that 17 car was absolutely on fire at Boston, coming up just short of the win, but he had a massive points day that was able to slingshot him up into the top 10 in points, plus 7 positions. And Roberto Crown Jr., the other transfer driver, and Roberto Crown Jr., the other Final Four driver that unfortunately did not make the transfer with a sub-mid finish at Boston, falls all the way down to 10th, 335 points behind Juan Rodriguez. And Roberto Crown Jr., if he falls down any further, he'll still be in with the wild card spot, which a guy like Will Parrish, Corey Case, they don't want a guy like Roberto Crown Jr., Riley Sampson, Braden Perez. They want those guys to continue to have good runs because, the guys that have won, they fall down outside the top 10 in points. It's more cars to fight for that wild card spot. Because I know Will Parrish, he's 12th in the point standings right now. Corey Case, Matt Wolf, Danny Fallington, Bradley Ream, all those guys, they would love to have a good run here today. They're also going to be fighting for those top 10 spots and potentially those 2 wild card spots. And we're going into arguably the most insane stretch of the season. So after today, with 10 races to go, it'll be Dover, which is alright. Pocono's alright as well. Same thing with Nazareth. But then Bridgehampton is where things start to get interesting. Yeah, it's a road course race, but a lot can happen on Long Island. Milwaukee is our last calm race of the regular season. But then Texas World, it's bonkers. Watkins Glen is Watkins Glen. Indianapolis is absolutely bat-skibbity insane. Michigan is practically a super speedway at a 2-mile track. And finally, Armory Digital a super speedway to end the regular season. We got quite a lineup for our final 10 or 11 races of the regular season. So what do you say? We start race number 15 and the 11th to final race of the regular season here in 2024. It's the Sam Adams Firecracker 400 and all 42 cars about to roar to life on the pit lane here in just a couple of moments at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
The command has been given as the cars roar to life on the service area here at Coca-Cola. We're just moments away from dropping the green flag for today's race. Brennan Wilmington, winner of this race back in 2020, starts on the pole position. Boss man for Pacific Racing, starting alongside the boss man for Appleseed Racing. Keegan Thompson to the outside of him to make up row number 1. Like we said, the two drivers fighting for this in-season tournament championship. Will Parrish and Bradley Ream making up row number 2. Two more owner drivers sandwiching the two Dunkin Week of Speed combatants. With John Andrews, who owns that 36 car. He's driving the 44 for Stealth Motorsports. And Alexander Vitale right beside him to make up row number 3 for the top 6 spots. The rest of the field rolls off. There's Alex Lozano in the 11, won the GT Daytona class yesterday at Watkins Glen, looking to have a good run, looking for his second win of 2024 at the Cup level. It's going to be 34 laps around the 3-mile-long Coca-Cola Super Speedway. No pit stops in order today, so just straight to the checkered flag for these drivers. And your 3 previous winners at Coca-Cola are Brennan Wilmington, Cameron Garlington, and Ryan Durrani. Wilmington right there, center of your screen in first, Garlington in 31st, and Ryan Durrani, your GT Daytona winner from Sunday up in Canada, starts between them in 16th. Pace car will make its way down the pit lane. I can imagine it will not be the only time the pace car will be on track with these drivers. 5th race of the week. 7th broadcast of the week. What do you say we cap things off with a 34-lap banger from the most infamous track and the fastest track in all of NR 2003. Here we go. Field will go through the Reese's restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and the final round of the Dunkin Week of Speed is live from Coca-Cola. Through the 36 degrees of banking, the cars roll through the corner and off of turn number 4. Brennan Wilmington will lead lap number 1. Some shuffling for position midway through the field. Top 4 cars starting to pull away here as Justin Zeidel will go to the inside of John Andrews. That is for the final podium spot. Here comes the 40 of Will Parrish going through turns 1 and 2 for the second time today. These guys rocking around here at 250 miles an hour. This track is basically hillside times 3 with 36 degrees of banking in the corners. And speaking of threes, 3 wide for first and 3 wide for fourth. 3 by 3 wide for the top 3 rows. Looking like the start to the Indy 500, and Justin Zeidel will come out on top of that battle. Not a good start on the outside lane for Bradley Ream. He starts to fall back early in the 36. Will Parrish, the regular season champion from 2022. He's also on the outside lane, trying to get down to the inside, really tight through the corner, trying to bobble around, nearly taking himself out along with Bradley Ream's team owner and an innocent Justin Zeidel, who's still looking for his first win of the season. Speaking of first wins, Cole Sampson looking for his first win since 2020, being pushed to the front of the field. And your first winner this week, the man to start it all, Roberto Crown Jr. will push that 5 car to the front. A little bit of tandem drafting here at Coca-Cola. Don't see that too often. And Cole Sampson will lead lap number 1 as we finally adjust our ticker. Sorry for the Fox moment there. Excited racing here. Full of energy and life, and we're going back to 3 wide. Here comes the 92, Braden Perez, looking to have a good points run here today as Will Paris starts to slip back in the 40, and Bradley Ream has been able to get down to the inside. Paris trying to get in the middle, but block him a little bit. There is the 62 trying to get down low. Tyler Reynolds will just barely open up a hole, and Parrish is able to get back down to the low side. 2 cars in front of the 36 machine. And now we're right on his tail is Bradley Ream as we got a little bit of cars falling back. And it looks like Daniel Bouchard. No, the caution is out. Caleb Rose, Charlie Davenport, Riley Sampson, Daniel Bouchard all going around as the yellow flag is out for the first time today on lap number 4. John Andrews led them back to the caution flag. So focused on the battle. The Dunkin Week of Speed that forgot about everybody else, and I think Daniel Bouchard's season so far has been forgettable as well. Doesn't look like he'll be getting his first career win today. A very beat up 07 car. So the rest of the field will slot back. That was not a good start for Keegan Thompson or Alex San Vitale. San Vitale in need of a good run here today. He's in the top 5 in points. Looks like he might be slipping back after today. John Andrews led them back to the stripe. Derek Hamill behind him in the 47, last year's champion, just trying to get things done in that Schluter Systems Camry. Same thing with Justin Zeidel. In fact, all these guys in the top 5 in points. Looking to have a good run here today. Of course, Cole Sampson looking to get his first win since Trenton back in 2020. It's been a long time coming for him. It's been a never time coming for John Andrews. Still looking for win number 1 for the 44 group. But we're under caution for the first time today on lap number 4. Nobody came down the pit lane except those who were involved. Ooh, a little bit of strategy. Actually, I believe Juan Rodriguez may have caught a piece of that in the 48. We'll see for sure in just a moment. As we review what happened to bring out the first caution of the afternoon in the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. So the Harlan, Kentucky native of Caleb Rose getting pinched there by Trey Smith into the outside wall, and around goes the Tide Ride. And he's going to just barely clip the back end of Charlie Davenport as well. Davenport still looking for his first win of the season. In fact, all these guys are looking for their inaugural wins of 2024. They'll go high into the outside wall and right down lower, right in front of the points leader. Your Rockingham winner gets into the 07 and backing it hard into that safer barrier as someone's got their Cessna parked over there in turns 3 and 4. A little bit of a no parking zone, no fly zone there as well. I guess a little mini airport here never hurt. You see Bouchard will come down low onto the banking, down on the apron. I think these guys may have got caught down there. And Trey Smith was just in front of these guys, was slowed down, but doesn't look like he's going to get too much damage in the 79, and nearly flipping over were the 24 and the 32. Looks like Caleb Rose was stuck on the embankment. Same thing potentially with Davenport. And we'll see if Rose retires from the race. Again, this is not progressive banking here at Coca-Cola, where it goes straight from 36 degrees to about 12 degrees down to the low side. But you see a little bit of side door damage there to Juan Rodriguez. I think he may have made a little bit of contact with Zachary Fitzwater. But nonetheless, we're under caution for the first time today at Coca-Cola. We'll take another look at this in real time, then get you back to the action here in the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. So the Kentuckian goes into the Buffalo native. And let's take out the Fort Lauderdale native as well. And the Australian will go into the Ottawa native for a nice little far shot in turn number 3 to bring out the caution for the first time today. Don't believe anybody's going to be knocked out, but we did confirm that there was some damage on that 48 car. He ran into the side of Zachary Fitzwater. We'll have to see how that affects Juan Rodriguez's aerodynamics. But going back to the front, it's John Andrews, who led them back to the stripe. We'll see what he's able to do on the restart as we clean up caution number 1, the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. And we're back here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, cleaning up caution number 1 of the day. Daniel Bouchard, with his hard hit in the outside wall, was the only car to be knocked out of this one. 41 cars remain on the track. 39 of them are on the lead lap. Caleb Rose had to be towed back to the pit area, but he came back out on the track. Trying to get a little bit of a lap back there, but he's got a little bit of damage in the 32. Not sure how successful he'll be. Same thing with Charlie Davenport in the 98. Harlan, Kentucky native, and the Fort Lauderdale, Florida natives. The only 2 cars off of the lead lap. But the Waco, Texas native of John Andrews will lead them back to the gears. Your top 5 going back to the race's restart zone will be Andrews, Hamill, Zidell, Perez, and Cole Sampson. And here we go back to the gears that go on lap number 9 for the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. And a good jump early on. Charlie Davenport is immediately going to make me eat a sock on that. And already the 2 lap down cars holding up the rest of the pack. This might get a little bit dangerous. We'll watch as Zidell will go from 3rd all the way outside the top 10. Potentially outside the top 20 as he's held up there by that 32. Caleb Rose extremely slow off the start. And that'll split up the top half of this field. And already 2 cars breaking away here. Davenport, who was just barely clipped there on that accident, just trying to get out in front. We've seen the chaos that Charlie Davenport has caused as a lap down car. Ironically enough, with Caleb Rose at Talladega. Those 2 getting turned around there as Caleb Rose continues to hold everybody up. A little close for comfort there, but one of the cars that was held up was Will Parrish in the 40. As Bradley Ream, a little bit of clean air in front of him as his field starting to spread out a little bit here. Top 4 starting to pull away. Here comes Derek Hamill to the inside of John Andrews. Logan Williams, who's trying to look for back-to-back good runs in that 17 car, will go to 2nd as Andrews will go high through the corner. And he will fall all the way back to 5th. So go back underneath the start-finish line. Hamill will lead that time by. Here comes the Saukville, Wisconsin native. Logan Williams down to the low side in the 17. Hamill left out to dry, going through the clubhouse turn. Right behind Logan Williams, Cameron Garlington, winner of this race back in 2021, looking for a hole, still looking through a hole, not able to get it. Here comes Cole Sampson, slow go to the corner was Garlington. Here comes Hubert, a little tight for your Charlotte winner, and that'll allow your Hillside winner to scoot beneath them to take spot number 4 away, and Cole Sampson with Skylar Taylor in hot pursuit of that 5 car will lead lap number 11, 33 miles in. Logan Williams will slot back right behind Skylar Taylor. It's not been a good week, this 15 car so far. And it doesn't look like she's going to lead a lap here as everybody ranging for the 92. As Skylar Taylor will ride the Lightning and she'll fall back on the 15. But everybody from the 17 all the way back to Bradley Ream. We're actually with a 92 of Braden Perez. All within a decent amount of distance of one another. Now Bradley Ream starting to catch up with this lead pack. Losing touch is Will Parrish. The caution flag is out for the 2nd time today. And Alex Lozano, doesn't look like it's going to be back-to-back wins for him. Looks like Owen Miles with damage. Same thing with Tyler Reynolds. And your points leader, Juan Rodriguez. And it looks like he may have got upside down in the 48 car. Through turn number 3, they race back to the yellow flag. A little bit of damage to Zachary Fitzwater's car. We'll see you. Tire tracks going through turns 3 and 4. But that is going to be huge for the point standings, and it looks like Brenna Wilmington may have caught a piece as well. That is not good if you're Juan Rodriguez. We're talking about how consistent he was coming into today, and looks like he's probably going to finish in the bottom half of the field. Definitely probably in the bottom half of the field. Probably sub 35th for that 48 team. Igor Barreto running midway through the field in the 13. This time by, he's in the 18th spot. But Logan Williams led them back. He's been doing a lot of leading this season. I believe he's got the most laps led out of anybody so far in 2024. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a win to show for it. Could today be the day that changes? We'll find out later on. But we're on lap 14 of 34, already approaching the halfway point for the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. Let's see what happened to bring out the second caution of the day involving your points leader of Juan Rodriguez. So I'm not sure if something broke on the 62, but Brandon Wilmington is going to be the catalyst for this action. Actually, we're going to have synchronized spinning as Tyler Reynolds will also go around off the front end of Owen Miles. You see Alex Lozano in the 11 getting turned around. And we're going to watch hard on the outside wall. Goes the 11 and a wicked hit outside there for Tyler Reynolds in the number 19, and you're going to wonder where the 48 gets involved, and Keegan Thompson is going to lose control into Zachary Fitzwater, and these guys are going 160, 70 miles an hour, and straight shot up into there, bam, right into the safer barrier. Hard enough hit to roof damage to that 48 car. You see Keegan Thompson also up in the safer barrier as well. And Zachary Fitzwater also got a piece in the 99 car, and Thompson will come down the racetrack, down that embankment, nearly into the path of Brennan Wilmington, and is this 14 car actually going to go upside down? He might. No, he's just going to get on his side there for a brief moment. But 2/3 of the Buck Racing camp taken out in this one. We saw Tyler Reynolds retire, and the same will be the case for Juan Rodriguez, who had a 115-point lead over Igor Barreto coming into this race. Barreto right now in 18th. John Andrews in second right now, or I believe he's still in the top 5. So that cushion that Juan Rodriguez had coming in today, disappearing in a matter of moments. We're going to follow with Rodriguez's teammate of Tyler Reynolds, who had a couple of hard hits there in the 19 car. But immediately back down low on Rodriguez will just go hard in the outside wall and completely total his race car. And not a good start for Keegan Thompson's. Not been a good season so far for the Riley, Alberta native. And that 14 car still trending towards the bottom in points. He fell 7 points after the race at Boston, and he is currently 37th in the point standings right now, far and away out of chase spot. Same thing for Owen Miles. Had a decent start to the season, but that 05 car not been able to find Gator at victory lane, while his teammate has in the 58 of Logan Alexander. There he is. Going back up to the front, John Andrews is in third in the 44 car, so that is not good. And actually, Matthew Hubert is second as well. So 2 of the drivers in the top 5 in points right now, running second and third right now. Drivers third and fourth right now, running second and third on the grid. But it's all happening behind Logan Williams, who's at the front of the field in the Hershey's number 17 Dodge. We'll see what he is able to do on the restart as we clean up caution number 2 of the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. And we're back here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, cleaning up our second accident of the day. So far is the big one. Has taken out 4 drivers, including your points leader of Juan Rodriguez, who will gain only 2 points coming out of Massachusetts. Owen Miles, Tyler Reynolds, and the 11 machine of Alex Lozano also taken out in that crash. 37 cars remain on the track. 35 of them are on the lead lap. Davenport and Caleb Rose swapping positions between the 32 and the 98. And like we said, under this caution period, or under this replay period, top 3 cars, all within the top 10 in points. And 2 of those drivers looking to take the points lead coming out of today. Williams, Hubert, Andrews, Hamill, and Crown Jr., your top 5 going back to the gears here on lap number 17. Next time by the halfway point to the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. And Andrews nearly taking the back bumper off the 32. He's already trying to make it 3 wide for the race lead, but Davenport will block him, and bye-bye goes Roberto Crown Jr. He will be sent off to the boondocks. And speaking of which, there's the 36 of Bradley Ream going down to the inside. And 3 wide for the race lead. Logan Williams splitting the lap down car. Andrews will go to the point. He's already got 1 lap led here today, trying to get the most lead bonus. But here comes the 5 of Cole Sampson, power into the inside. Sampson has not won a race in the MVCS level since Trenton of 2020. It has been a long time coming for the season 1 stalwart. He might get pinched going into the wall, and he's going to go into the wall there, and it'll propel Cameron Garlington, winner of this race back in 2021. Push from Reggie Fogelman behind him. Dylan Matthews will round out the podium for the time being, and watch out, here comes Bradley Ream storming to the front. And we'll go to the inside of his teammate as his team owner will go on the high side in the 44, falling back are Hubert and Andrews. That's exactly what Rodriguez wants to see from the garage area. Cameron Garlington, another driver in need of points. The caution flag is out once again. And it looks like the other TPR car knocked out. Same thing with Logan Alexander and the 24 of Riley Sampson, as we're past halfway through this race. And already back under caution for the 3rd time today. Cameron Garlington led them back to the stripe. Doesn't appear that anybody will be knocked out, although the rear bumper is missing from your Rockingham winner. Not a good stretch of races for Riley Sampson so far. He might fall outside the top 10 and into that wild card spot. Keegan Thompson's day continues to get worse in the 14. And Thomas Troxel still trying to find victory lane after his 1 and only win last season. We are going to Pocono in a matter of a couple weeks on July 13th. NASCAR Cup Series will also be in Pocono that day as well. It looks like Dano Georgi, an issue in the 34. An engine failure on that Dodge. And his day will be done, so there will be at least somebody going to the garage area under this yellow flag. And unfortunately, will be Georgi, another driver who needed a good run coming in today. It's crunch time. The final 10 races coming out of the Dunkin Week of Speed. The 28 machine of Cameron Garlington leads the field around. Let's see what happened to bring out the 3rd caution of the day. With 15 laps to go, the Sam Adams Firecracker 400 from Coca-Cola. We'll just do one replay in real time as turn 3 has become Calamity Corner. Logan Alexander and Thomas Troxel, a couple of hard hits between those drivers, and Riley Sampson, I believe it was just a previous accident. Took the rear end off that 24 car, so just a 2-car accident, putting us under the caution flag. Not really needed a yellow flag for that accident in the back. But nonetheless, we'll rack them up. We'll send them off once again here. As Cameron Garlington leads the field, Bradley Ream leads the in-season tournament. See what these guys are able to do on the restart here. For caution, number 3 at Coca-Cola. We return to the Coca-Cola Super Speedway to clean up caution number 3 of the day. It was a valve issue that took out Dano Georgi. You see the big black plume of smoke down the front straightaway grenading the front stretch here at Coca-Cola. So there will be 35 cars remaining on the track. 33 of them will be on the lead lap. Closing in on 10 laps to go. 12 to go this time by. Going through the gears. Garlington, Matthews, Zidell, Taylor, and Fogelman, your top 5. Green flag back into the air and already 12 laps to go. And the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. Zidell will move down to the inside. Can he get around Rose? He will. He cannot get around Davenport in time. I don't believe these lap down cars are contributing to any of the issues that we've been seeing out of turn 3. But nonetheless, here comes Zidell down to the inside. He's got drafting help from Fogelman. And Bradley Ream might get stuck behind this 98. 3 wide for the race lead as Garlington gets pinched up high. We'll see if Will Parrish trying to get down to the inside as this inside lane held up by the 32. A little close for comfort there. Bradley Ream is able to get around, and here comes Ryan Durrani up front. 2 of the 3 defending winners right now in the top 10 as Braden Perez, already with a super speedway win under his belt so far in 24, will go to the point for right now. Bradley Ream looking for his 2nd straight win. He's up here in the mix. Will Parrish starting to fall back in the 40, trying to get back up here. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage in that Arby's Monte Carlo. So he's going to need something to happen to Bradley Ream. Ream will go high. That'll help Parrish in the long run. 10 laps to go. This time around, we'll go to Ryan Durrani in the 38 machine. Durrani right now, 2nd to last in points. As they go 3 wide once again. Durrani on the outside lane, getting pinched. He'll go into the outside wall. He'll fall back. 4 wide. Corey Case pushing the issue down low. Continue to go 4 wide. Durrani will fall back out of that. 2 wide for the race lead. Corey Case looking for his 2nd win of the season. Here comes Fogelman, a little close there on the outside lane. No harm, no foul. Under 10 to go now. Bradley Ream back in the inside lane. He's going to continue to fight for this race lead. Will Parrish starting to lose a little bit of track with the rest of the field here. Now 8 laps to go. Ream now looking for 2nd underneath Case and Andrews. Corey Case in a stealth racing sandwich right now, and Bradley Ream will slingshot to the front. Drafting help from Angel Gutierrez. Now Gutierrez will go down below as they go 3 wide. Side by side down the back straightaway. Ream a little tight as Matthew Hubert will get sent up high. Your Charlotte winner will go to the back. Now Bradley Ream will get sent up high as well. Will Parrish trying to get back into this battle for the regular season, or the in-season tournament. Gutierrez will lead his first lap of the day. Now 8 laps to go here from Coca-Cola. In our 5th race of the week, these drivers are fatigued, many of them. This is race number 7 in a 7-race span. Gutierrez trying to hold them off. Ream on the outside lane. Here comes Mitchell Collins down to the inside. Was trying to win the Chicagoland race. Or rather, he was in contention to win one of the races so far this season. Looking to get another win with his 3rd different team of his MBCS career with 7 to go. Ream continuing to fall back in the 36. Here comes Parrish. And Ream still falling back. Parrish on the inside lane. Here's the battle for the in-season championship. Side by side down the back. Drag race down this mile-long back straightaway. Parrish with a preferred line down low. He's going to go back up high, trying to block. He'll come back down to the low side. Here comes Zidell trying to force the issue. 3 wide as Fogelman gets shuffled back in the Sunny D machine. Now Danny Fallington will go to the point. Now with 6 to go. Six laps to go. Danny Fallington looking for win number 2. That would effectively lock him in as a wild card driver. 3 wide off the corner. A little bit close there between a couple of dodges. Here comes Skylar Taylor down low. Nathan Orman looking for his 2nd win of the week. Taylor really riding the lightning hard on the inside lane. Was the 17 of Williams, as Skylar Taylor will go to the point. 15 miles, 5 laps to go here in the Sam Adams Firecracker 400, and it is still anybody's race up at the front of this field. Bradley Ream has completely lost touch. He has fallen all the way back in that 36 car, but still 13 and a half miles to go. Anything can happen. Will Parrish, he might be playing this race a little early in the 40 car. He might be peaking a little early as he continues to make his way to the front. Now Matthew Hubert will go underneath the 92. Here comes the big staple to the inside. And I'm liking where a guy like Cole Sampson is running right now. Maybe even a little further back, as here comes the 40. Parrish will go to the middle. He'll lose a little bit of ground there in the 40. A little close there on the outside lane with 4 to go. 4 wide for a brief moment. Perez will fall back in the 92. Parrish now on the outside lane. Here comes Ream on the inside. Stapleton out front. Monaco looking for win number 2. And out to the inside. Zidell on the outside wall. Ping-ponging with Parrish. Here they are on the outside. Parrish will go around. A huge stack up in turn number 3. Coming to the stripe, Will Parrish was involved. Did Ream make it through? I believe he did. Albeit with damage, and the caution flag is out. We will have overtime as the big one strikes in turn 3 once again. I don't know if Parrish is going to be able to continue this race. Heavy contact with the majority of the field. And I think Bradley Ream might get this by default. And I genuinely don't know how many drivers are going to be able to continue in this one. That was the huge one. Wow. We'll follow along with Will Parrish to see if he is able to try and get some repairs. But if Parrish retires, that will give the in-season tournament championship to Bradley Ream. Here is the moment of truth. And it will be Bradley Ream with 15 bonus points in the in-season tournament championship. Here in the late stages, Nathan Stapleton led them back to the stripe. And oh boy, green-white checkered finish after a 20-car pileup at least. Here for caution number 4 of the day. Oh boy, we got a lot to review here. Oh boy. Well, there are big ones, and then there are huge ones, and we just saw a 21-car pileup. Started off with Justin Zidell and Matthew Hubert making contact. Zidell will ping-pong down to the 13. And we thought Zidell was going to save it, but he goes up into the 44 of John Andrews, who ping-pongs down into Will Parrish, who we thought was going to get this regular in-season tournament win. Andrews will go up into the 78, and they will go hard on the outside wall. Nathan Orman gets a piece, and you're going to see the 13 of Igor Barreto hard on the outside wall, and then it's basically just an accordion effect from here. It's easier to see who was not involved. Hard shot there for Mitchell Collins. You see all the cars just flying up there. Goodness gracious. Roberto Crown Jr. The 36 did get a piece. Corey Case, Skylar Taylor, Ryan Durrani, Will Parrish getting knocked out. Braden Perez, Matt Wolf, Cole Sampson. The 44, John Andrews nearly going upside down. Logan Williams, Logan Alexander, Trey Smith, Gutierrez, Zidell, and oh boy, this is, again, it's easier to see who was not involved. Toby Murphy, so I think about 22 cars were involved in this. Nearly San Vitale and Wilmington. But one final driver. Look at Charlie Davenport. Watch this flying through there. And then right smack dab, watch that 38 fly. finally a flip in this race, and oh boy, Durrani has had a rough week so far at the Cup level. He was able to get the win up in Canada, like we mentioned, but not a good week in the MBCS, and he's going to end up upside down. He's able to land on all four wheels, but 22 cars, more than half of the starting grid, involved in this singular accident. And I think it's safe to say that this is definitely the most destructive race of the season. I don't believe that we're going to have... I think we might have maybe 15 cars left in this field. Oh boy, this was just hard enough to cover during the real-time replay, or during the slow-mo. Real-time replay is going to be pretty much impossible at this point. My goodness. Real-time replay with Igor Barreto, and you're going to see him fall out of shape. Everybody else is going to turn around. Barreto trying to get through. He gets hooked, and yeah, I'd say this angle is perfect. Logan Alexander came in like a bat out of hell there. And then you're going to see Davenport, just Leroy Jenkins, hard into the 38, and it's essentially a junkyard in between 3 and 4. And not much else really to say. Good Lord, Keegan Thompson. You know, for the crap day that Keegan Thompson has had, he's going to probably get a top 10 finish out of this. My God, that was probably the biggest crash I've seen in all of NR 2003. And with 3 laps to go, the huge one at Coca-Cola strikes, involving at least we're gonna call it 24 cars that were involved in that accident in some way, shape, or form. And somehow Matthew Hubert, who kicked off the accident, is in 3rd after all of that. But Nathan Stapleton, looking for win number 1 of the season, he is in 1st. We'll see what these guys are able to do on the restart at our first attempt at a green-white checkered at Coca-Cola. So we are back here at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, cleaning up the big one, the huge one. Caution number 4 as it will go under, and you see everybody that gets knocked out. Everybody from 35th all the way up to 22nd knocked out from that accident. But we're on lap 35 of 37, but now the issue is, can these guys make it on fuel? Which adds another wrinkle into it. Braden Perez is doing his best Dale Earnhardt impression, but now 21 cars on the lead lap, 18 of them, or 21 cars on the track, 18 of them are on the lead lap. Popsicle sticks are in the air, 2 laps to go. Stapleton, Monaco, Hubert, Garlington, and Fallington. Green flag back in the air with 2 laps to go, and it is anybody's race, and pretty much everybody's got some sort of damage in this grid right now. Stapleton has got damage in the 97, but he pulls away. Now, can these guys make it on fuel? They've been running a lot of caution laps, so they should be able to make it to the end on this tank of gas. It's been a wild one so far, and Danny Fallington will make the first move, and here comes Eric Monaco down to the inside in the 4-car. To the inside of Stapleton he goes, side by side for the race lead, and Eric Monaco looking for win number 2 of the week. Bradley Ream has already locked up the in-season tournament championship. White flag in the air one more time around Coca-Cola. The final lap of the Dunkin Week of Speed. Eric Monaco trying to lead them back in that 4-car. Hubert and Fallington side by side for second. Monaco with the cleanest car on the grid so far. Bonsai move down low for Derek Hamill. 3 wide for second. That's probably going to be a little bit too late. Hamill, one last opportunity. He's going to have a good run going through the corner. Monaco will block down low off of turn number 4. Side-by-side drag race at the stripe. Not going to get there in time. Eric Monaco wins a wild one at Coca-Cola. So we do get a multiple-time winner this week, belonging to the Unionville, New York native of Eric Monaco. He won at Mosport for GT Le Mans, the FMGTC, And he's able to get his first win as an owner driver in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. And I believe that those 2 laps he led just then were the only 2 laps that he led today. Derek Hamill, a valiant effort, all things considered. He will take second. Bradley Ream will take third, and he will officially be named your in-season tournament champion. 5 bonus points going to the driver of the 36. What a race here. Alex Vitale will end up 4th after all of that. Danny Fallington 5th. Reggie Fogelman, Nathan Stapleton, Zachary Fitzwater, Cameron Garlington, and Ethan Lewis, your top 10. Matthew Hubert fell all the way to 11th. And take a look at everybody that retired from this race. Braden Perez, I guess he just wanted to try and get a lap in there, but just pulled it behind. And Keegan Thompson will get turned by the 62 on the pit lane to end things off. What a wild race here to cap off just a week of just insanity. You know, we saw Keegan Thompson flip wildly and land on top of Ryan Durrani at Hillside. The Hillside, and then, the Hillside doubleheader. The second race was all right. Caution free. Will Parrish was able to win that race, and see Will Parrish also. I don't know where Will Parrish actually finished there. He got 24th. All things considered, not terrible, but. Oh my, this race is going to shake up the point standings, and believe me, this is just a preview of the skibbity that we're going to see in this next 10 race stretch. But Juan Rodriguez wrecked out early. He's going to lose it. Barreto was wrecked out. John Andrews wrecked out. Matthew Hubert and Alex Vitale were somehow able to finish the race. So I think Rodriguez should still have the points lead. Well, actually, no, I think Barreto might take it since he finished 25th. John Andrews was wrecked out, so he's a no-go. Matthew Hubert. Hubert was only 58 points behind Barreto, so Barreto 25th. I think Hubert actually would be ahead of Barreto. I think Rodriguez should still have the points lead going into Dover. I mean, Alex Vitale did finish 4th, but he was more than a race's worth of points behind Juan Rodriguez. Braden Perez, Dylan Matthews, Riley Sampson, Logan Williams, and Roberto Crown Jr. Just figure it out at this point. I don't even know about your wild card standings at this point either, because I really don't know. That was about as insane of a race as we could get. Definitely our most destructive race, but buckle up. Again, a preview of the next 10 races here, but my goodness, what a race, what a finish. Congratulations to Eric Monaco for his 4th career win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. How about that for Monaco, 4-season veteran from Unionville, New York, and one of the next couple of races, one of the next 10 races, he's won here. Back at the the Michigan International Speedway, the second ever race in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. I believe Eric Monaco won that race back in 2020. But oh boy, buckle up, 15 down, 10 to go. This is going to be a heck of a final stretch here. Dover, Pocono, Nazareth, Bridgehampton, Milwaukee, Texas World, Watkins Glen, Indianapolis, Michigan, and Armory Digital, your final 10 races of the regular season. 15 down, 20 to go already in the MBCS Season 4 here in 2024. But that's going to do it here from the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Congratulations once again to Eric Monaco for winning the Sam Adams Firecracker 400. And we'll see you next week on July 10th down in Dover, Delaware for the M&M's 400, a fan favorite down at the Monster Mile. Coverage starting from the Dover Motor Speedway at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on the NASRN. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations also once again to Bradley Ream for winning the in-season tournament. He'll get the 35 bonus points for that as well. Want to shout him out. He'll have a little graphic at the end here as well. But here are your point standings after race 15 of the 2024 NR2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season. And from Concord, Massachusetts, and Massachusetts in general, on behalf of the North American Sim Racing Network, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great evening, folks.